Today we're going to learn about a new landform and a new habitat, which is called a river. Have you ever seen a river before? You probably have. There are many different rivers in Pennsylvania where we live. But today we're going to learn some specific facts about rivers, what kinds of animals live in the rivers, and how rivers work. Let's get started. A river is water that makes a path across the land. Rivers flow through cities and towns. Rivers flow through forests and farmland. I can definitely see this is a city, an urban community, and this river is flowing through a rural community or farmland. A river begins as a small stream. The place where a river begins is its source. A stream gets wider as it flows away from its source. A small stream runs into a bigger one. Rain adds more water. The stream becomes a river. Rivers always flow downhill. This river is flowing quickly down a steep slope. When water rushes over rocks, it makes rapids. So you can see there's someone here in a kayak that's going down the river. It looks a little bit dangerous, but I do see he has a helmet on and he looks like he's very protected. This river is flowing slowly down a gentle slope. So it is flowing downward, but the hill is not as big as the hill over on this side. Some rivers end by flowing into another river or a lake. Do you see this river here? I see two rivers. There's one this way and one coming in from this side, flowing together and going into a lake. Many rivers end by flowing into an ocean. The end of a river is its mouth. So you can see this river is going into sort of a waterfall and flowing down into the ocean. The movement of water is the current. Moving water wears away the earth. Did you know that water helped to make the Grand Canyon? Moving water eventually made all of that rock slowly go away to form the Grand Canyon. Over time, a river can make a deep canyon, just like this one. We might not think that water is very powerful, but water can be very powerful and it can change so many parts to the earth. The land underneath a river is the riverbed. A waterfall is a place where the riverbed drops off steeply. Do you recognize this waterfall here? It sure looks like Niagara Falls to me. If you've ever been to Niagara Falls, you know they have a huge waterfall there. And you can see right where the waterfall starts that there is the riverbed. Now, I think this is Niagara Falls because if you see down here, there's a boat. And when I went to Niagara Falls when I was young, I went on a field trip there and we went on that boat. It's called the Maid of the Mist. And you go pretty close to the falls and the mist of the water gets you very wet. It's very fun. The sides of the river are called the banks. Too much rain can cause a flood. Floods happen when water spills over the banks of a river. You can see this must have been a very bad flood. All of that water's up. It's almost to the windows of the cars. That's a lot of rain. People build walls called levees to stop floods. Do you see this hill of grass here? And then there's the river out there. It's almost blocking the water, or it helps slow it down so there's not a big flood. Fish live in rivers. Sometimes fish swim against the current. This salmon is trying to get upstream to lay its eggs. If you've ever eaten salmon before, this is what it looks like. I like that it's nice and pink. Some people go fishing for salmon and try to catch salmon. Rivers carry fresh water. Fresh water is not salty. So it's not like the ocean. The ocean has that really salty water. This is called fresh water. Boats carry people and goods from one place to another along the river. Rivers are like highways made of water. So you can see here, all of these little rectangles are little things that carry goods. Maybe they're carrying things to go to one of your favorite stores. Maybe they're carrying food items. And back here, this one square that has the water coming out from behind, that is the actual boat. It's pushing all of these rectangles, and it would be much bigger in person. This picture's pretty far away. Oh, and that's the end of our story. I hope that you learned a little bit about rivers and some cool facts about them. Remember, their names are the riverbed and the banks are on the side.